we are going to welcome Jaclyn Fearheller, author of Pug Story.
Hey guys, how are you? Raise your hand if you love dogs. Woo! Raise your hand if you want to hear a wonderful story about my pug dog named Chloe. Yay! Now I have a special friend here, but she tends to be a little bit shy around new people. So I'm going to need all of you guys to give me some help. Is that okay? I think if we give Chloe a nice round of applause, we might be able to get her out here. What do you think, guys? Give Chloe a round of applause. Come on out, Chloe. Woo! All right. Now, before we do a reading, we like to get everybody up, get everybody excited, and use our bodies a little. We call it doing the Chloe dance. Do the Chloe dance. Everybody up, doing the Chloe dance. We got the front. Now, everybody turn around, and we can do the Chloe butt dance. Chloe butt dance. Woohoo! Wiggle your tails. There we go. Okay. Now put your arms up. Let's stretch. Stretch those arms. Stretch those arms. Okay. Now, we're ready to sit down, and we're going to use our minds and our ears. Is everybody ready? I'm going to tell you a real story about my dog, Chloe, and all the other characters in the book are real dogs from our family, okay? And this is a story about when we moved here from San Francisco to Chicago, and everything was new. A new city, a new park, and new friends. And while that can be pretty exciting, it can also be a little bit nerve-wracking, right? How many of you had to start a new school, move to a new city? Yeah? You did? Were you nervous? Were you excited? So a little bit of both, right? Well, that's exactly what Chloe's story is. Are you guys ready to get started? Woo! Everybody, let's hear it for Chloe! Okay. Let's see. I'm going to read the story, and my husband, Sam, is going to hold the book up so everyone can see the beautiful pictures, okay? Okay. Pug Story, Chloe's Big Move by Jaclyn Fearheller and illustrated by Kirsten Avello. Okay. The sun's yellow glow was shining through the curtains. There was a bird chirping on the windowsill. Whoop, whoop. It was time for Chloe the pug to wake up and start her day. She was living in a new city, in a new house, with a new park. Chloe was 4 years old. The only home, you're 4 years old too? Oh my goodness. The only home she had known was in San Francisco, where there were so many parks, and every walk meant conquering at least 3 hills. Chloe's recent move to Chicago had raised so many questions. What will Chicago be like? Will I make new friends? Is there a park near my house? Chloe climbed out of bed, stretched her legs. Her curly tail bounced back to its corkscrew-like shape, and her shiny tan coat did not have one hair out of place. Chloe usually ate her breakfast very quickly, but for some reason that morning, she just stood over her bowl and stared at it. Even though she was excited to go to her new park, she was a little nervous and a little bit scared. Chloe remembered her mom once said being nervous made her feel like she had butterflies in her tummy. Now, it was Chloe who had butterflies. Chloe decided not to let the fact that she was a little nervous and a little bit scared keep her from going out, and so she left on her adventure. The rain had created huge puddles in the street, but that didn't seem to bother Chloe. Her nervous excitement showed because she would run quickly and then slow down, run quickly and then slow down, run quickly and then slow down. Chloe's velvety ears flopped wildly with each step. around the water fountain. It was the coolest looking fountain for dogs Chloe had ever seen. She took a drink and then heard a gruff voice behind her say, "Hey, save some for the whales." It sounded like a giant talking. "Huh?" she nervously replied.
Lighten up, kid. It's just an expression. There are no whales here. It means save some water for the rest of us. It's supposed to be funny.
"Oh," chuckled Chloe.
That's better, said the hound. They call me Brutus. What's your name?
"My name is Chloe. I'm new in town." Just then, a soccer ball came flying through the air and bonked Chloe right on the head. A very hyper greyhound named Gracie ran over to get the ball and asked her if she was okay. Still seeing stars, Chloe looked up and answered, "I'm okay, and she's okay." Gracie looked relieved as she got the ball and ran back to the game.
You gotta watch out for her, Brutus told Chloe. It's like she has ants in her pants. That one never sits still, he joked.
Chloe watched the soccer game and wished she was playing because she loved soccer. "You do? I bet you're very good too." It looked like the other dogs were having so much fun. Each dog was a different size, color, and breed. All of a sudden, a whistle blew, and the game was over. The dogs started lining up to get picked for new teams. Chloe was scared that she might not get picked. What if they don't like me, she wondered. Determined to make new friends, Chloe got up, walked over to the line, and waited. She hoped that she would get picked. But Chloe did not get picked. Maybe because she was new to the park, or maybe it was because they already had enough players. The reason didn't matter though. Her feelings were hurt. She felt like crying, but held it back. Her curly tail straightened out as she turned to leave the park. Brutus saw what happened to her and shouted,
Better luck next time, kid.
On Chloe's way home, she felt sad. She missed her old friends and wished she could play with them again. She pictured their familiar faces. When Chloe got home, her mom asked her about her day. "I've had better. I didn't get picked for soccer," Chloe told her. "I'm so sorry. Did you meet any nice dogs?" her mom asked. "I met a giant dog named Brutus." "That's good, honey," her mom said. Chloe didn't feel like talking or eating though. Her mom hugged her tightly and said, "Tomorrow is a new day." As Chloe plopped into bed, she felt as heavy as a raindrop hitting the pavement. She was so tired and still felt sad. She laid in bed and thought about the last thing that Brutus had said to her.
Better luck next time, kid.
What did Brutus mean by that? She wondered. All of a sudden, it was like a light came on, and Chloe understood what he meant. Even though she was disappointed about not getting picked for a team, she had to go back and try again. Just like her mom told her, tomorrow is a new day. The next morning, Chloe woke up and left the house earlier than usual. As she walked back to Bart Park, she still felt nervous like the day before, but she kept going. After she walked into the park, she took a deep breath and looked around. There was a soccer game about to begin. Brutus saw her and yelled,
Hey kid, come get in line for the next game.
Powder, the Labrador, was counting everyone who wanted to play in the game. She was in charge. Powder was smart and counted very well. She finished counting an even number of dogs and announced, "Everyone plays today." Does everybody know the difference between even number and odd numbers? Can we start with the even numbers? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And So Powder counted an even number of dogs. There were 10 dogs, which means that you can have 2 teams of even numbers. Cool? Of course. What? You did? Wow. Let's hear a round of applause. What's your name? Amara. Amara, I think we have the best counter here, huh? You can too? We have some very smart boys and girls in the group today, don't we, huh? The referee was an older dog named Dutchie. He was a dachshund who took the game very seriously. Dutchie was a great referee because his legs were so short and he could see the ground very well. Dutchie was not afraid to call a timeout or to use his whistle. After Dutchie blew his whistle, the ball was kicked to Chloey. She trapped it with her paws and passed it to her teammate. The other dogs were surprised by how good she was. The ball was passed back to Chloey. She used her back leg to kick the ball far and with great force. It was an amazing kick. It looked like a star shooting through the sky. The ball went straight into the goal. Dutchie blew his whistle again and yelled, "Goal! Hooray! Everybody cheer for Chloey for scoring a goal! Hooray! Woo! Chloey was happy that she scored a goal, but she was even happier that she was making new friends. Going back to Bart Park was the right choice. Chloey did not feel nervous anymore, and her butterflies were disappearing. Chloey played a couple more games before it began to get dark. Time to head home for dinner, she thought. She said goodbye to her new friends and told them that she would see them soon. Chloey couldn't wait to tell her mom about her day. "Mom, Mom," she yelled as she ran in the door. "Honey, what's going on?" she asked. "I had the best day at Bart Park. I got picked for soccer and I made new friends. I got to know Brutus the Hound, Gracie the Greyhound, Dutchie the Dachshund, and Powder the Labrador. And I scored a goal. I am so proud of you, Chloey." After dinner and story time, it was bedtime. Chloey nestled into her soft bed and rolled onto her side. Her pink belly showed as she let out a sigh. What a day. Moving to Chicago was not that scary after all. My new home and friends are going to be great, she thought to herself. Chloey drifted off to sleep and dreamt about her new friends at Bart Park and all of their adventures to come. The end. Thank you very much. You do. You do. Does anybody have any questions or want to give Chloey a hug or a kiss? She loves when you rub her belly. She's got a big old belly there. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. We'll be selling and signing books over there. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen.